Okay, I'm trying this again. It is right around 2 something, 2:10, maybe 2:15 p.m. on Thursday, February 2nd. I had a knock on my door earlier this morning, from the property manager because there was water leaking from this sink into the unit below. I had accidentally spilled not just this lovely jar of flowers and this rescued bloom right here, but there were other water bottles that had spilled all over this counter, and some of the water did get onto the floor and apparently leaked into the unit below. So I fixed it, just mopped it up. But the area around the sink is actually sinking because there is a greater leak that is continuously occurring, apparently, from the pipes directly behind this sink that shares a wall with the bathroom of Unit 78 next door. So the property manager, and I'm glad that he did this, took me into the unit next door, Unit 78, that has a bathroom behind this wall, and showed me that it is completely empty and has been vacant for a while. So he didn't say exactly how long, but he said it's been a while. Could be a few weeks, could be a couple of months. He said Jasmine Irizarry, who was the resident of that unit for 8.5 years, moved out. Great. That is fantastic news. And then he said, the fumes and smoke and odors that I've been reporting as coming from directly behind this wall right here from this bathroom, there's nobody there. That can't really be happening. So I asked him, I said, was she moved to another unit in this building? Does she still live in this building? And he said, yes, I think she does, or possibly the building across the street, but I'm not sure. So that means that she is pretty much still living in this building. Even if it's a building across the street, it's literally 30 feet away and she could still access this building. But I'm pretty sure she still lives not just in this building, but on this floor, because the fumes and odors and smells that I keep getting from that direction continue to verifiably happen, every day. I smell the same exact fumes, odors, and smells that I did when she was physically living in the unit that's behind this wall. So the unit behind this wall is empty. Nobody is living in it. It's been completely cleaned out and looks to be ready for the next tenant to move in. That is very physically significant because nobody's in that unit, right? And that means that if you still have your key, let's say if you lived in that unit for 8 years and you made a couple of copies of your old key, you can still access your old apartment. Or if, as I've reported multiple times, if you're the resident who lived in this unit behind this wall for 8 years and you have the ability to pick locks, which she does, you can still get into your old unit even if you don't have a key, to the unit. I know that management does not change the locks after tenants move out, because when I moved into this unit, I was given the key to a very old lock, like from the 60s, that was still on the door to this unit. And that key must have belonged to multiple prior tenants because that lock was so old. They don't even make that kind of lock anymore, and they haven't for years. So management does not change the locks after a tenant has moved out of a unit, which means that the person who lived in the bathroom that's behind this wall for a number of years can still technically have a key to her unit. I mean, everybody makes duplicate keys for their apartment. Everybody makes duplicate keys for the front door of the building. So it's entirely likely that she still has a key to the front door of this building, even if she lives across the street, which apparently she doesn't. And it's entirely likely that she still also has a key to her old apartment, especially if they didn't change the locks, which again, I don't think they did. So over the last few weeks, I've made a couple of dozen videos documenting nonstop behavioral harassment from somebody who's directly behind this wall right here, which is a bathroom. It is a tiny 6-foot by 8-foot unventilated windowless bathroom. And 3 days ago, I made a video about how the fire department had shown up outside on the street. There were like 2 fire trucks and a couple of police cruisers and a lot of commotion. And somebody directly behind the wall of this kitchen area, which is a bathroom, was frantically and psychotically burning and smoking all kinds of chemicals and substances that were filling my entire living space and this entire window area continuously for several hours, even though I have an air conditioner and even though I tend to sometimes keep the window open a couple of inches for ventilation purposes. So just because the unit directly behind this wall is empty, does that mean that the prior resident is not able to gain access to that unit whenever she wants? Of course she can have access to that unit, especially if she's still in the building, which apparently she is. If she still continues to reside not just in this building, but on this floor, then that means that she can pretty much let herself in and out of the bathroom that's directly behind this wall at any point that she wants. Even if she does not have a key to that unit any longer, she has repeatedly demonstrated over the last few years a talent for picking locks, and any lock can be picked, even if it's a brand new lock. You can pick a brand new lock just as easily as you can pick an old lock. So there's that. It is not impossible for her to be able to still get into that bathroom and to continue to engage in the same patterns of stalking, intrusive harassment, and aggression that she has been displaying over the last 8.5 years. This person is not a medical doctor. She's not a lawyer. She's not a teacher. She's not an accountant. She's not a retail worker. She's not a maintenance worker. She's not any kind of worker because she appears to be on some type of disability that pays her rent. And that is how she has been able to spend hours and hours every day, every night for years, sitting behind this wall, engaging in all kinds of very disruptive, aggressive, and intrusive behavior that have prevented me on a regular basis from being able to do what I need to do in this unit. The fact that the behavior continues in spite of the fact that the unit behind this one is now empty indicates that she has been moved to another part of the building, but not out of the building. And again, the property manager confirmed this, and I quote, yes, I think she's still in the building, or maybe the one across the street, but I'm not sure. I'll have to check. So again, yes, she's still in the building, obviously.